Always a pleasure, Tharn. Try not to lose those stones.
Ah, Vestige. How good of you to attend me. Information has come to my attention that could significantly change the future of Tamriel and the Empire. If we're going to take advantage of the situation, we need to leave immediately. A situation that could end the Three Banners War and get Irene, Emmerich, and Yoren to return to their senses. While these children squabble over territory, the common people and the Empire suffer. We have an opportunity and we need to jump on it. In simple terms, I just purchased 2 halves of an ancient tablet, the Wrathstone. It forms a map that should lead us to a weapon whose existence will force all sides to cease their aggressive behavior. Help me acquire this weapon and end the war. We must hurry. Even now, someone follows me, resisting my best efforts to identify them. While I deal with this threat, I need you to begin the process of locating the triangulants. Without them, the map is worthless. Of course it is. I just invented it. Right now, the map shows I have no context by which to read the map. I know a Khajiiti lawmaster, however, who can help with that. Each half of the tablet contains part of a map and an inscription. Khanzari and the demon weapon. The key to finding the triangulants resides in that Khajiiti myth. We must convince Dagharil Dro to direct us to storytellers who know the legend. Dagharil Dro often wanders the Auridon coast. We need to bring him a gift, however, and I know he's fond of dusk mushrooms. Gather the mushrooms from the ruins of Bawan, then meet me at the Lawmaster's camp. I'll mark the location on your map. I know about a great many things, but Khajiiti legends tend to be convoluted. The Lawmaster must direct us to the secret order of storytellers, the Moon Singers. Only they can set us on the correct path. Now, gather the mushrooms for Dagharil Dro. Scholar Theriah, who agreed to deliver the tablet. She uncovered the 2 halves at Frostvault and Garlas Malatar, then had the audacity to charge me a small fortune. Still, the tablet forms the map we need. The tablet speaks of Khanzari and the demon weapon he hid away in an ancient place of power. But the map isn't complete. It requires triangulants to serve as orientation points. Without those, it's worthless. That's where the storytellers come in. Menial labor? I think not. But weren't you paying attention? Someone has been following me ever since I decided upon this course of action. Despite my efforts, their identity remains annoyingly elusive. Only a mage of great power could hide from me. I doubt my stalker has any interest in you. Why do you think I requested your aid? Given your relative unimportance, you should be able to travel unmolested. Once I've dealt with my stalker, I'll join you at Dagharil Dro's camp.
Walker, good tidings and heartfelt salutations. Dagharil Dro wonders what brings you to this serene location. This one rarely receives visitors. Wait, something smells delicious, yes? Do you perhaps carry dusk mushrooms in your pack? Dusk mushrooms? For Dagharil Dro. What a kind and generous gift to present to this old bag of fur and bones. Still, even a gift is rarely free. Speak, and this one will listen. Maybe even help if it is within this one's ability to do so. Does he now? What else has that old wizard told you? And why does an ancient battle mage care about a secret order of storytellers and a forgotten hero named Kunzari? Well, no matter. For dusk mushrooms, this one will tell you almost anything. Oh, these will make wonderful soup. Thank you. 3 moon singers carried the secret tale of Kunzari and the demon, each a different part. Find a Zargo Longtail at the Redfur Trading Post, Misbina at Bandari Trading Post, and Satari in Raurka.
I see you made it to the old Lawmaster's camp. Were the dusk mushrooms to his liking? Gratwood, Malabal Tor, and Reaper's March. Not an easy journey, but I can make it more tolerable. Allow me to open a portal to Redfur Trading Post, track down the first Moonsinger, and hear the beginning of Kunzari's tale. I'll be along shortly. This portal will transport you to Redfur Trading Post. I'll catch up with you after I pay my respects to old grandfather.
This one recognizes a lover of stories when he sees one. Care to hear another tale? Old grandfather sent you. Interesting. This one can only tell you what he knows, and Azargo only knows the beginning of the story. That is the way of things concerning the great stories and the secrets they hold. Are you sure you want to hear it? In the time before time, when the 16 kingdoms were barely more than 16 tribes, the great hero Kunzari went on many adventures. After Kunzari defeated the giant Droll by consuming 401 moon sugar pies, he met a demon. No, a different kind of demon. Now be quiet and listen. The demon said, "My brothers and I shall take this land and its treasures, even the moons from the sky." Kunzari objected, but the demon laughed. "You cannot stop us, little cat thing." Kunzari said, "Not by myself, foul demon. I shall gather a Krajun, a company of heroes, starting with the Outmer, Nurarian the Perfect, who communes among the buried roots of the Ayleid worms. These are the words, and the words are true."
What an interesting story. If only I could shake my shadow as easily as Kunzari does, well, anything. At least now I know where to find the first triangulant. Yes, the triangulant, and locate the weapon. We must proceed with caution, however. My unknown follower utilizes a magic I cannot penetrate. I need to conserve my energy, just in case. The location was spelled out in the Moonsinger's story. The verse concerning Nurarian the Perfect. It's as clear as the sky on a cloudless day. Among the buried roots of the Ayleid worms. It refers to a place I know well. Wormroot Depths. Your memory is excellent. We explored the place while looking for Sai Sahan. Somewhere in Wormroot Depths, the ancient Khajiit hid a reference point that will get us one step closer to finding the weapon. I'll meet you there. The distinctive smell of Daedric sorcery. It's as atrocious as it is pervasive. I'm not sure what I expected, but it certainly wasn't this. The ancient Khajiit really want us to work to uncover the triangle. Examine the moons on each statue. Fascinating. It must have something to do with the direction of the light. According to the poem, the full moons and the new moons are the key. Pretty ingenious for a bunch of ancient cats. Why don't you see what's in the chest before we head to the Bandari trading post? Come along. I can't maintain this portal indefinitely.
Kunzari said, because two shall become three, annoying the demon. As soon as this one rescues Flynn-filled demon hunter from the alien lair of creeping enemy plants. These are the words, and the words are true.
You know, the legend of Kunzari is more interesting than I remember. It must be Moonsinger Mizbina's delivery. Marginally entertaining. She made the location of the next triangulant quite clear to one of exceptional intellect, such as myself. Of course, only the nearby Black Vine ruins could be referred to as the Alien lair of creeping ebony plants. I never cared for carnivorous vegetation. I'll meet you in the ruins after I make one more attempt to catch my elusive stalker. Yes, and with brazen impunity. I almost caught my stalker here at the trading post before they slipped away in the crowd. They're like an insect buzzing around my head that I can't quite swat. Someone with that level of power concerns me greatly. The Khajiit Moonsingers went to a great deal of effort to separate and hide their clues, but I feel like we're getting closer. Another prism puzzle. At least the ancient Khajiit were consistent. Examine that stone plaque, will you? Any clue will be helpful. Knowledge can only be found in the dark. Could that refer to the new moons? Ignore any statues displaying a full moon. Adequately done. Now, collect the triangulant and let's be on our way. Come along. I can't maintain this portal indefinitely.
Then Kunzari turned to the rest of his Krajun. One more we need. A Khajiit queen of renown. A Nequina sharp-tongue, who loves to bask in the glow of the big moon when she reflects and thinks deep thoughts. These are the words, and the words are true.
This new moon singer shows a modicum of promise, but she hasn't yet reached her full potential. Still, the story was interesting, and it points us toward the final triangulant required to make use of the map. Oh yes, the moon singer made it quite clear. Her tale points to an old shrine not far from here known as Jode's Light, the big moon referenced in the story. Once we collect the final triangulant, I'll be able to use the map to find the weapon. Still don't trust me? Neither do I. I know what I'm capable of. I'm no better than the fools that lead the alliances. That's why we'll only use the weapon to get them to the negotiating table. Diplomacy works best when facilitated by a big stick.
A moment, traveler. We need to talk. Please, a moment of your time. I need to speak to you about Abner Thorn. My intentions are honorable, I assure you. I am Kamira, agent for the Speaker of the Main. When we learned about Abner Thorn sought the same weapon as Euraxia, the Speaker sent me to intervene. Euraxia Tarn, Abner's cruel half-sister. She conquered my home city of Rimmon and proclaimed herself its queen. If she gets her hands on the weapon, Elsweyr's suffering will increase 1,000-fold. I do not think they get along. From my observations, Abner seeks the weapon for peaceful ends, but this is a delusion. It is too powerful, too evil. We must convince Abner to find the weapon before Euraxia does and destroy it. That is the only way. That would be my master, Garashri. The Main can't be everywhere. So Garashri travels and speaks for the Main. I suppose you could say I am the speaker's speaker. At least, I am his eyes and ears in this situation. A new Main was recently selected. Kali is now the spiritual leader of the Khajiit. Oh, such a question. You do not really expect me to answer that, do you?
I find it fitting that the final triangulant awaits us in a Khajiit ruin. I'm beginning to question my own magnificence, if you can imagine such a thing. Despite multiple attempts, I still haven't been able to identify or catch the damnable prowler who has been following me. It's really becoming quite irksome. A Khajiit? Why would the Speaker of the Main send a powerful wizard to hound me so? My half-sister? They're aware of her interest in this? But why didn't this agent of the Speaker simply approach me directly? I would have gladly welcomed her assistance in this matter. Destroy my one chance to stop the Three Banners War? Never. Don't tell me you agree with this nonsense. That we should allow the Dominion, Pact, and Covenant to continue to tear Tamriel apart? Do you want more people to die? That's fear talking. We can end a terrible war if we get to the weapon before my despicable half-sister. I shall see this through. I have to. I'd appreciate your help, but I can't force you. We can discuss destroying the weapon after we end the war. Whether this chimera... With luck, we'll gather the last triangulant and be done with ancient ruins. Some of the words have been chipped away. See what you can make of it. Some of these moon tiles are identical. Try different combinations of the mirrored pairs. Come along. I can't maintain this portal indefinitely. Once you know where to look, the location becomes perfectly obvious. Come, let's talk. With your assistance, we gathered the 3 triangulants that allowed me to decipher the map formed by the Wrathstone tablet. I now know that the demon weapon resides in the halls of Colossus, along the southern coast of Elseweyr. An ancient structure whose purpose and origin is clouded in legend. Some believe it contains the dwarven Numidium, which could be the weapon we seek. I've chartered a wagon to get us to the coast. Then a boat will take us the rest of the way. Honestly, I don't give a skeever's arse. She may have been able to track me when I wasn't attempting to conceal our movements, but I made sure to... It appears this chimera is more capable than I anticipated.
The halls of Colossus? Arrogant Imperial! Without my assistance, you will never survive that place.
Away with you, cat. It falls upon me to end this accursed war.
So you can declare yourself Emperor? I think not. I will accompany you to find and destroy the weapon.
Emperor has never been my ambition. Join us if you want. Just don't get in my way. Surprisingly clever, those ancient Khajiit. An old tablet, oral histories disguised as fables, and sophisticated triangulant tiles, all pointing to one location, the halls of Colossus. The abhorrent 3 Banners War is practically over. The cat can do as she pleases. Based on the skills she has already demonstrated, however, I'm not averse to having her along. Just realize that I plan to utilize the weapon despite her protestations. Now take this, for your efforts. Halls of Colossus. A place as mysterious as it is ancient. I never imagined I'd have a reason to seek it out, let alone explore it. Let's hope the item we pursue lives up to my expectations, and that we reach it before my half-sister Euraxia. A few years ago, my deplorable sibling broke protocol and conquered a portion of Elseweyr. I assume she wants the weapon to secure her territory and increase the size of her holdings. Euraxia's ruthlessness is exceeded only by her ambition. Half-sister, and I have no hesitation in this regard. To best Euraxia, however, we need to reach the halls of Colossus ahead of her. Give me and Chimera a moment to negotiate an accord we can both live with, then meet us by the wagon I chartered. Take care of any outstanding business you may have as quickly as possible. I want to depart for the halls of Colossus and find the weapon as soon as we can.
These ruins are not empty. Your friends have come this way. I can smell them.
Euraxia's soldiers are not my friends, Cat. I will not allow them to seize the weapon.
So you say, but will you really oppose your sister?
Half-sister, and I oppose anyone who adds to the woes of the Empire.
Joan and Joan, was that an earthquake?
Stay vigilant and look for a way inside.
Abner Tharn and the Wrathstone, just as Queen Euraxia predicted.
Queen? I see my demented half-sister is still full of herself.
My queen sends her love, and this poison gas.
To me, before the gas takes you.
Necromancer, deal with these scum.
Keep them away from Tharn.
Wizard. You brought the Wrathstone here. Its magic will unlock the vault.
Hold them off! That
We have an
takes care of the
endless
poison.
supply of... relish your victory while you can. We'll reach the weapons before you.
Well done, Cat. I barely regret your presence now. We need to get that door open.
Euraxia's soldiers were here long enough to turn some of the hull's own defenses against us. We need to be on our guard, Walker. One ancient ruin is much like another, and I have spent a lot of time exploring places such as this. To be honest, I took an educated guess. Luckily, Jode's light shined upon us and my guess proved true. Most assuredly. Unless the Euraxians blunder into them first. But I do not think we can count on that. They figured out how to turn the gas against us after all. First things first, however. We need to find a way to open that door. Many ancient Khajiit puzzles utilize reflected light. The mechanism to unlock the door appears to be tied to one such puzzle. That did it! Hurry, this way! Necromancers. Only your sister would ally with such abominations.
Half-sister. And who's to say the necromancer isn't the captain's pet?
Regardless, Euraxia apparently wants you dead.
I have that effect on people, especially my relatives.
What now, mage?
Isn't it obvious? Down.
Down?
It appears to be the only way. You could have waited for my portal. Never mind, let's move on.
Dragon imagery is significant, wizard.
Of course. Why else sculpt them on nearly every surface?
Maybe whoever lived here simply liked dragons. Yes. need to find the captain and end this.
I'm well aware of the stakes, Cat. Try to run faster.
Imperials! You think Joan and George shine only upon you?
Another light puzzle? Well, go solve it. Time waits for no one, not even Abner Tharn.
You did it! Now solve the other side.
What now, Cat? Have you forgotten that we're in a hurry?
These reliefs, they tell the story of Kunzari and the demons.
Those aren't demons. They're dragons.
Jode's light! The dragons are the weapon! Euraxia wants to release dragons!
Damn it all. I have no use for dragons. Come on, let's put a stop to this.
Damn stupid doors! Why won't you open?
Stop! You will not release those beasts!
Queen Euraxia wants those dragons! One!
Two, stand back. I'll use the Wrathstone to restore the seal.
Hurry! You must hurry!
Seal! Damn you! Seal! I think that did it. Oh, now what?
Brothers, we are free!
Dark Moons, get down! Dragons! You released them into
I was trying to
Elseweyr.
stop that from happening. The blame falls squarely on Captain Calcevius. I'm quite certain.
He was working for your sister!
Half-sister. But let's finish this back at my camp. Come along. I can't maintain this portal indefinitely.
Everything garishly sent me to prevent has occurred. I knew going to the halls of Colossus was a mistake. Now dragons are loose and elsewhere. At least we stopped Euraxia's soldier. I suppose that counts for something. Other than set the dragons free? I have no idea. Luckily, we stopped him from completing it, whatever he hoped to accomplish. I wonder if Abner knew about the dragons, if his plan all along was to release them into Elseweyr. After he set the whole troublesome event in motion, if Abner had never acquired the Wrathstone, if he had never figured out the location of the ruins, Jode's light, if he had never taken the damn tablet there, none of this would be happening. They would have... I should not push these angry thoughts in your direction. All I know is that a lot of dragons escaped from an ancient prison, and now they are loose and elsewhere. My people, they must be warned.
That could have turned out better. At least we stopped my half-sister from seizing control of the imprisoned dragons. That's something, I suppose. Of course, this delays my plan to end the Three Banners War, blast it all. I should say so. As destructive as the accursed war is, a rampaging horde of enraged dragons, well, it doesn't quite compare, does it? If we can contain the dragons in Elseweyr, that would certainly be for the best. Right at this exact moment? No. No. But I will figure something out by the time I reach Elseweyr and consult with Garish Ree. The Speaker of the Main needs to be informed, and I must have words with my despicable half-sister. About that. In hindsight, I suspect the tip I received about the Wrathstone came from Euraxia. She knew I wouldn't be able to resist such a lure. She played me. That doesn't occur often, and it has put me all out of sorts. I hate being tricked. For now, help the Khajiit prepare for the dragon invasion, and take this as recompense for your service. In the meantime, I have plans to formulate and arrangements to make. When the moment to deal with the dragons comes, I will contact you.